If you are still awake, let this be a very gentle descent. Nothing to achieve, nothing to prove, just a slow release and a slow receive. We will move through a simple pattern: release and receive, release and receive. First, release the need to replay. So many minds replay the day at night, the conversation, the moment, the mistake, the worry. But tonight, you can release replay. Jesus, I release replay. And now, receive forgiveness. Jesus, I receive your mercy. I receive your kindness. I receive your patience with me. Now, release the need to predict. So many minds try to protect themselves by predicting. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I can't handle it? But prediction does not keep you safe. It only keeps you awake. So tonight, release prediction. Jesus, I release prediction. And now, receive trust. Jesus, I receive the truth of Psalm 91:2. You are my refuge and my fortress. Now, release the need to control. Control is exhausting. Control is heavy. Control is often fear wearing a mask. So tonight, release control. Jesus, I release control. And now, receive shelter. Jesus, I receive Psalm 91:1. I abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Now, release the tight places in your body. If you notice a tension in your forehead, release it. If you notice tension in your jaw, release it. If you notice tension in your shoulders, release it. If you notice tension in your stomach, release it. If you notice tension in your legs, release it. And now, receive calm. Receive softness. Receive heaviness in the best way, the heaviness of sleep. Now, release the fear that you will not sleep. Sometimes the fear of not sleeping becomes its own trap. So, tonight, release that fear. Jesus, I release the fear of not sleeping. And now, receive permission. Permission to drift. Permission to doze. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to rest. Now, if your mind needs one simple anchor, we return again to Psalm 91:4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. Under his wings. That is enough. You do not need to understand everything tonight. You do not need to solve everything tonight. You only need to be covered. Now, listen to these phrases slowly, and let your mind rest between them. The secret place and the shadow of the Almighty, my refuge, my fortress, under his wings, my shield, my protector. Now, we will take a few slow breaths together, in and out, in and out, in and out. If you notice your thoughts wandering, that is normal. Simply guide them back to one phrase, under his wings, under his wings. Now, remember Psalm 91:15. One more time. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. So, if you wake later and fear rises again, you can call on him. Not with long words. Just his name, Jesus, and he will be with you. Now, let your eyelids rest fully. Let your eyes roll softly behind the lids. Let your face become peaceful. Let your breathing become natural. And if sleep is coming, let it come. If sleep has already come, let these words sink into your spirit gently. God is your refuge. God is your fortress. God covers you. God keeps watch. Good night. If you are still awake, that is okay. You are not doing anything wrong. Sometimes the body needs time to believe it is safe. Sometimes the mind needs time to let go. So we stay here, without pressure. In and out. In and out. Now, imagine your worries like small birds landing on a wire. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to catch them. You simply watch and they fly away. And if another worry lands, you watch again, and it flies away too. Because tonight you are under God's covering. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. Psalm 91:4, KJV. Under his wings, you don't have to hold yourself together. Under his wings, you don't have to be strong for everyone. Under his wings, you can be quiet. Now, let the simplest truth settle in your heart. God is here. God is near. God is watching. God is gentle. God is faithful. And you are allowed to rest. If your thoughts try to rush into tomorrow, bring them back softly. Not now, not tonight. Tonight is for sleep. And if your heart feels tender, let it be tender. Jesus is not afraid of your tenderness. He does not turn away. He stays. He covers you. He keeps watch. Now, let your face soften again. Let your shoulders drop. Let your hands become warm and loose. Let your legs feel heavy. And if sleep is close, let it come. No effort, no striving, just drifting. Refuge, fortress, under his wings. Amen. Jesus, thank you for this night. Thank you for being my refuge. Thank you for being my fortress. Thank you for being my shelter. As I fall asleep, cover me with your peace. Let me abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1. Let me trust under your wings. Psalm 91:4. Let me not be afraid for the terror by night. Psalm 91:5. Place your angels around me. Psalm 91:11. Be with me even in trouble. Psalm 91:15. And let your love be the last thing my heart feels tonight. Now, I will say the words again, slowly, and you can simply rest. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, for he shall give his angels charge over thee. I will be with him in trouble. With long life will I satisfy him, and show him my salvation. Good night, my dear friend. Sleep in peace. Sleep under his wings. Amen. My dear friend, as you drift, let these quiet lines repeat like a gentle cradle. He that dwelleth shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him will I trust. He shall cover thee with his feathers. Under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. God keeps watch through the dark. God is here in the quiet. God is near in the stillness. If a thought comes, let it pass. If a worry comes, let it soften. If a memory comes, let it float away and return to the secret place, to the shadow, to the wings. Now, breathe in peace. Breathe out the day. Breathe in love. Breathe out fear. Breathe in shelter. Breathe out tension. And if you are half awake, half asleep, that is perfect. Let your body choose rest. Let your mind choose quiet. Let your soul choose Jesus. Refuge, fortress, wings, angels. Refuge, fortress, wings, angels. And the night becomes gentler and gentler, until sleep comes like a soft wave and carries you safely. Good night. Some nights, what you need most is not answers, it is reassurance. So tonight, let reassurance come through the simplest words. God is with you. God is for you. God is gentle with you. God is not counting your failures tonight. God is not replaying your mistakes with you. God is offering you rest. If you feel guilty, bring that guilt into the secret place. Guilt often says, you must punish yourself by staying awake, but grace says, come to me, and I will give you rest. So, Jesus, I bring you my guilt. I bring you the heavy feeling in my stomach. I bring you the self-criticism. Speak kindness to me tonight, and if you feel grief, bring that grief under His wings too. Grief often comes at night because the world gets quiet, the distractions stop, and the heart starts to speak. So, if your heart is speaking tonight, listen with Jesus. Jesus, sit with me. Hold my grief. Hold the parts of me that still hurt. And if you feel anger, bring that too. Anger can be a protector that got tired. It can be a body saying, something is not okay. So, Jesus, meet me there too. Give me peace without denying my pain. Now, we return again to the gentle protection of Psalm 91. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. Psalm 91, 5, KJV. If you are afraid tonight, it does not mean you are failing. It means you are human. So we ask for help, simply, Lord, help me. And we trust the promise, He shall cover thee with His feathers. Psalm 91, 4, KJV. Now, let your breath become very slow. Imagine your inhale as receiving, and your exhale as releasing. In, receive God's peace. Out, release the day. In, receive God's presence. Out, release the tension. In, receive God's love. Out, release the fear. And if sleep is coming, let it come. You do not have to hold the edges of awareness anymore. If your mind is still awake, we will do a final gentle reading of Psalm 91's closing promise, like a soft good night from God. Because He hath set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. With long life will I satisfy him, and show him my salvation. Psalm 91, 14-16, KJV. That is God's heart toward you. Deliver, answer, be with, satisfy, show salvation. Now, we are ready to drift deeper. Now, imagine you are by a calm ocean at night. The waves are gentle, not loud, not crashing. They roll in and they roll out, just like your breath, in and out, in and out. The moonlight rests on the water like silver, and the horizon is wide, quiet, steady. This is what it feels like to abide, to stay, to remain. He that dwelleth shall abide. Psalm 91, 1, KJV. You are not swimming in the ocean of thoughts tonight. You are sitting safely on the shore. Thoughts can come like waves, and pass like waves. You do not have to chase them. You do not have to fight them. You can simply watch them come and go. And above you, there is a covering, like a peaceful sky. The sky is the shadow of the Almighty. Not heavy, not dark, just shelter. Now, when a wave of fear tries to rise, remember Psalm 91:5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. And you can say softly, Lord, I am safe with you. Now, imagine the wings again, not as feathers in the air, but as a warm blanket around your shoulders. Under His wings, under His wings. And each time you say it, the ocean becomes calmer. Now, let your body follow the ocean. Let your shoulders drop like sand settling. Let your arms feel heavy. Let your legs relax. Let your feet rest. And if sleep comes, let it come like a gentle tide, quietly, naturally, without effort. Refuge, fortress, wings. Amen. My dear friend, let's reflect gently. Sometimes the hardest part of the day is not the day itself. It is what the day leaves inside your body. the leftover stress, the leftover adrenaline, the leftover sadness. So tonight, we let Jesus heal what the day left behind. You can imagine that glowing cross above you, steady, warm, not too close, just present. And you can imagine tiny light particles falling and fading before they ever touch you, like worries that lose their power in the air before they reach your heart. You do not have to absorb everything. Now, let's speak to the fears that show up at night. Fear of the future. Jesus, you are already in my tomorrow. Fear of not being enough. Jesus, you are enough for me. Your love is enough. Fear of being forgotten. Jesus, you see me. You remember me. You are near. Fear of sickness. Jesus, be my protection. Be my healer. Be my peace. Fear of loss. Jesus, hold what I love. Hold me too. And now, we return to Psalm 91 as a gentle refrain. He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him will I trust. Psalm 91, 2, KJV. Say it slowly in your heart. In him I will trust. Not in my control, not in my strength. In him I will trust. Now, a soft blessing over your mind. May your thoughts slow down. May the noise quiet. May your imagination rest. May the images of fear dissolve. May your mind become like a calm lake at night, reflecting gentle starlight. No storms. A soft blessing over your body. May your breathing deepen. May your muscles loosen. May your heart beat steady. May your nervous system feel safe. A soft blessing over your soul. May you feel loved. May you feel held. May you feel sheltered under his wings. Now, if you still feel restless, let's do a simple release. On the next exhale, release the word should. I should have, I should be, I should know. Let it go. Breathe in grace. Breathe out pressure. Again, in grace. Out pressure. Now, listen to Psalm 91:4 again, very slowly. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Under his wings. That means you are not exposed, you are not unprotected, you are not abandoned. And now, remember Psalm 91:15. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. God does not say, I will be with him only when things are easy. He says, I will be with him in trouble. So, if your life has trouble, you are not disqualified from God's presence. You are invited into it. Now, your eyes may be heavy, and your mind may be drifting. That is wonderful. Let the drifting happen. If you are awake, we will linger here a little longer with a second set of gentle reflections, so your heart can keep melting into rest. Now, we pray softly. Jesus, thank you for being close. Thank you for being a refuge to the anxious. Thank you for being a fortress to the tired. Thank you for being wings to the lonely. Tonight, cover every listener who feels unsafe. Cover the person who is lying awake with panic. Cover the person who feels grief in the dark. Cover the person who feels sick and worried. Cover the person who is caring for someone else. Cover the person who feels forgotten. Lord, let Psalm 91 become a blanket for them. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1, KJV. Let them abide. Let them rest. Let them feel sheltered. And for the one who is afraid, speak Psalm 91:5 into their heart. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. And for the one who feels attacked by anxious thoughts, speak Psalm 91:4. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. And for the one who feels alone, speak Psalm 91:11. For he shall give his angels a charge over thee. Jesus, We ask for quiet sleep. We ask for deep breathing. We ask for relaxed muscles. We ask for peaceful dreams. We ask for healing in the body. We ask for comfort in the soul. We ask for protection through the night, and we trust your promise. I will be with him in trouble. Psalm 91:15, KJV. Be with them tonight, Lord. Be with us tonight. Now, we stop striving. We stop explaining. We simply rest. Amen. Part 4, Soft Discovery, 10 to 12 minutes. Here is the soft discovery of Psalm 91 tonight. The secret place is not a secret because God hides from you. It is a secret because God hides you. He hides you in His love. He hides you from shame. He hides you from fear that wants to swallow you. He hides you from the harsh voices that try to define you. And in that hiding, you are not smaller. You are safer. Think about the phrase, under the shadow of the Almighty. A shadow happens when something strong stands between you and the heat, between you and what burns. So the shadow of the Almighty is not darkness. It is protection. It is God standing between you and what would scorch your soul. Tonight, God stands between you and fear. God stands between you and the accusation that says you're failing. God stands between you and the memory that says you'll never be okay. And He does not do it with anger. He does it with love. Now, notice how Psalm 91 begins with your choice to dwell, to abide, to stay. He that dwelleth shall abide. Psalm 91:1. This is gentle. It is not pressure. It is invitation. You don't have to climb. You don't have to prove. You simply dwell. And dwelling looks like this. You return, again and again, to God's presence. Even if you drift, even if your thoughts wander, you return. That is dwelling. Now, another soft discovery. Psalm 91 does not ask you to pretend the night is not scary. It names the terror by night. Psalm 91:5. God knows the night can feel heavy. He knows anxiety can tighten your chest. He knows loneliness can ache. And still, He promises a covering. He does not say, you should not feel this. He says, come under my wings. That is the gospel of comfort, a Savior who comes close. And for you, tonight, that Savior is Jesus. Jesus is the refuge. Jesus is the fortress. Jesus is the shelter. When you cannot hold your own mind together, Jesus holds you. When you cannot quiet your thoughts, Jesus quiets the storm inside you. Now, let's make the discovery personal with a gentle prayer. Jesus, I choose to dwell in you tonight. I choose your secret place. I choose your shadow. Cover me, hold me, keep me. And if I wake later and my mind starts running again, bring me back gently. Teach my body that it is safe. Teach my heart that it is loved. Let your truth be my shield. Now, imagine your bed becoming that secret place. Not because the bed is magical, but because God is present. Your room becomes a small sanctuary, a quiet chapel of rest. The air becomes calm. And if you feel alone, remember Psalm 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Even if you cannot see them, you are not unguarded. Now, we move into soft reflection. Now, my dear friend, imagine the secret place as a garden at night. Not a garden you must work in, not a garden you must maintain, but a garden prepared for you. The sky is dark velvet, and the air is calm, and the stars feel like tiny reminders that God has been keeping watch for a long time. In this garden, there is no pressure to speak. There is no need to explain your life. There is only the quiet presence of Jesus. You can picture him walking slowly beside you. His steps gentle, his attention steady. He is not rushing. He is not impatient. He is not distracted. He is with you. Psalm 91 calls this place the secret place of the Most High. Psalm 91:1, KJV. A secret place is a place where you are safe enough to stop pretending. In a secret place, you do not have to be impressive. In a secret place, you do not have to be strong for everyone. In a secret place, you are allowed to be honest. So, if your heart has a whisper inside it, a small truth you have been hiding, you can let it come out gently. Maybe the whisper is, "I'm tired." Jesus hears that. Maybe the whisper is, "I'm scared." Jesus hears that. Maybe the whisper is, "I feel alone." Jesus hears that too, and his response is not judgment. His response is presence. Now, in the garden of the secret place, imagine a soft shelter overhead, like a canopy of branches, like wings, like shade. This is the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1, KJV. Not a shadow that makes you cold, but a shadow that keeps you from burning. Some days are too hot inside the soul, too much pressure, too many expectations, too many demands. So God gives you shade. God does not ask you to endure endless heat. He invites you into shelter. Now, as you walk in the garden, you come to a simple bench. You sit, and Jesus sits beside you. And there is silence, a safe silence. In that silence, you can release the need to fix yourself. You can release the need to understand everything. You can release the belief that you must earn rest. Now, imagine Jesus placing his hand near you, not pushing, not forcing, just offering comfort. And he speaks a simple sentence, "I am your refuge," and your body believes it a little more. Now, you notice something in the garden, a small stream. The water moves slowly. No rushing, no crashing. The stream is like your breath tonight. In and out. In and out. And as you watch the water, you can place thoughts into it, like leaves floating away. A thought about money, a leaf. Let it float away. A thought about health, a leaf. Let it float away. A thought about someone's opinion, a leaf. Let it float away. A thought about a mistake, a leaf. Let it float away. You do not have to chase the leaves. You do not have to solve them right now. The stream can carry them. God can carry them. Now, listen again to Psalm 91:2. He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust. Psalm 91:2, KJV. In him I will trust. That means, tonight I do not trust my anxiety. Tonight I do not trust my worst-case imagination. Tonight I do not trust the voice of shame. Tonight I trust God's character. Now, in the garden, Jesus stands, and he opens his arms slightly, not demanding a hug, just inviting. And you move closer as you want to be, and you feel the meaning of Psalm 91:4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. Psalm 91:4, KJV. Under his wings, not under your own strength, not under your own perfection. Under his wings. This is the safest place for the nervous system. This is the safest place for the heart. Now, if you want, let your body relax even more. Let your tongue rest in your mouth. Let your teeth separate. Let your lips soften. Let your shoulders drop. Let your chest feel open. Let your stomach loosen. Let your hips rest heavy. Let your legs sink. Let your feet warm. Now, if a sudden fear rises, the terror by night, remember Psalm 91:5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. Psalm 91:5, KJV. You can say, Lord, I'm feeling fear, but I'm staying under your wings. I'm staying in your shadow. I'm staying in the secret place, and fear begins to lose its grip. Not instantly, but gently. Now, in the garden, you hear the quiet sound of wings, not loud, not dramatic. It's the feeling of being covered. And you realize God is not only strong, God is tender. Now, stay here a little longer. Breathe, in and out. If your thoughts drift, that's okay. This is a garden of rest. You can sleep here. In the quiet of this night, there are two worlds happening at once. One world is the world you can see and touch. A room, a bed, a ceiling, a soft blanket. And the other world is the world of the unseen, the world where God is present, where His love is active, where His protection does not sleep. Psalm 91 speaks to both worlds. It speaks to the visible and the invisible. So tonight, we let Psalm 91 move slowly through our thoughts, like warm light through a dark room. Listen. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Psalm 91, 5-6, KJV. The terror by night. You know what that feels like. The sudden wave of fear, the panic that comes without warning, the imagination that turns small things into big threats. But God speaks gently. You do not have to be afraid, not because nothing bad exists, but because God is bigger than what scares you. Let's breathe that in. God is bigger. Breathe out, I release fear. Again, in, God is bigger. Out, I release fear. Now, Psalm 91 continues with a strong picture. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold, and see the reward of the wicked. Psalm 91, 7-8, KJV. This is not a promise that life will be easy. It is a promise that God can keep you. Even in a world that feels unstable, God can keep you. Now, if your mind tries to argue, if it says, but what about this? What about that? Let your mind rest. You are not here tonight to debate. You are here tonight to be comforted. So we speak a simple sentence softly. Lord, be my refuge. And if you want, whisper it in your heart. Lord, be my refuge. Now listen to verse 9 and 10. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Psalm 91, 9, 10, KJV. Your habitation, your home, your dwelling place. In the deepest sense, your home is not only a building, your home is the presence of God. Tonight, let your soul move into that home. Imagine Jesus preparing a place of rest for you. Not later, but now. A gentle spiritual room, quiet, safe, filled with love. And now we come to one of the most tender lines in the whole psalm. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Psalm 91, 11-12, KJV. Angels, not as something frightening, but as a picture of heaven's care. Like God saying, you are not alone on your path. I assign help to you. I surround you. Tonight, you do not have to imagine danger everywhere. Instead, you can imagine care everywhere. The room is filled with God's quiet protection. The night is watched over. Now, let your breathing slow. If it helps, count your breaths gently. In, 1, out, 1. In, 2, out, 2. And if you lose the count, that's fine. Just return to the feeling of slow release. Now, Psalm 91 speaks again with strength. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, The young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Psalm 91:13, KJV. This is a picture of victory, but a quiet one. Not a loud battle scene, not shouting, not chaos. It's the calm confidence of someone who is protected by God. A lion, an adder, a dragon. They can represent many things: fear, temptation, oppression, the heavy feeling that tries to sit on your chest at night. But God's promise is this: those things do not get the final word. Jesus gets the final word. Now, we shift gently, because the last verses of Psalm 91 are spoken as if God Himself is speaking, and the tone changes. It becomes personal, tender, close. So listen slowly, as if God is speaking to you. Because He hath set His love upon me, as therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him, and show him my salvation. Psalm 91:14-16, KJV. Hear that. I will deliver him. I will answer him. I will be with him. I will honor him. I will satisfy him. I will show him my salvation. God is not distant. God is present. God is involved. Tonight, you are not forgotten. Now, my dear friend, let's take this psalm and let it become a gentle story of your night. Imagine you are walking, slowly, into a peaceful shelter. Not a shelter made of stone, but a shelter made of God's presence. At the entrance, you are invited to lay down your burdens. So you bring them, one by one. The burden of performance, the burden of trying to be strong, the burden of being misunderstood, the burden of finances, the burden of health, the burden of family concerns, the burden of loneliness. And you do not throw them down violently. You lay them down carefully, like setting heavy bags onto the ground. And Jesus looks at you with kindness. Not disappointment, not impatience, only love. And He says, "Let me carry that." Now, in your imagination, see Him take what you cannot carry. See His hands steady and sure, and you feel lighter. Now you step deeper into the shelter. There is a gentle quiet. This is the secret place, a place not everyone understands, because it is inside the heart. Here, the noise gets softer. Here, you are not judged. Here, you are allowed to rest. And above you, there is a covering, like wings, like a warm roof, like a strong shadow. You are under His wings. Now, let's speak a simple prayer. Jesus, tonight I choose to dwell, not in fear, not in worst-case thoughts, not in regret, but in You. Be my refuge, be my fortress. Cover me with Your peace. Let Your truth be my shield. Let Your presence be my calm. And as you pray, you may feel your body sinking deeper into the bed, your eyelids heavier, your thoughts slower. That is good. That is rest coming. Now, we will read Psalm 91 again, slowly, as a steady rhythm for your heart. Now we move into the quiet watchfulness of heaven, for He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Psalm 91:11, KJV. There's something comforting about that. God assigns care. God assigns protection. God takes your life seriously. Even when you feel small, God does not treat you as small. He guards you. Now, don't let your mind turn this into something scary. This is not about fear. This is about comfort. It is the image of God saying, "While you sleep, I am still working. While you rest, I am still watching." So tonight, Imagine a quiet circle of God's care around your room. Not loud, not dramatic, just present. And if you wake later and you feel your heart beating fast, imagine that circle still there. Because God's protection does not clock out. Now, hear verse 12 again. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Psalm 91:12, KJV. Sometimes the stone is an unexpected moment, a sudden trigger, a hard memory, a bad dream. But the promise is, God can uphold you. And if you stumble, He does not condemn you. He bears you up. Now, as your breathing continues, let your body feel this message. I am upheld. I am upheld. I am upheld. Now, we do a gentle body scan, like a blessing. Bless the top of your head with peace. Bless your forehead with calm. Bless your eyes with rest. Bless your jaw with softness. Bless your throat with ease. Bless your shoulders. Let them drop. Bless your arms. Let them feel heavy. Bless your chest. Let it open. Bless your stomach. Let it unclench. Bless your hips. Let them rest. Bless your legs. Let them sink. Bless your feet. Let them become warm and quiet. And if any part of your body feels tense, you can imagine God's shadow resting there, like shade, like covering. Now, return to the simple promise. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. Psalm 91:5, KJV. Not because you are brave, but because you are covered. Not because you have no problems, but because you have a protector. Now, we will read a few anchor lines again, slowly, like gentle waves. He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. He shall cover thee with His feathers. Under His wings shalt thou trust. He shall give His angels charge over thee. I will be with him in trouble. Now, the loops can repeat in your mind as you drift. Refuge, wings, angels. Refuge, wings, angels. And you can sleep without forcing anything. Your body knows what to do. Your breath knows what to do. God is with you. Now we move into the most tender picture. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. Psalm 91:4, KJV. Under His wings. Sometimes the world feels sharp. People's words feel sharp. News feels sharp. Memories feel sharp. And the nervous system begins to brace. It tightens. It stays alert. It prepares for pain. But under His wings, the sharpness softens. Imagine God's covering as warmth. Not heat, not pressure, just gentle warmth. Like the warmth of a blanket fresh from the dryer. Like the warmth of sunlight through a window in winter. Like the warmth of a friend sitting beside you without needing to talk. Under His wings, you don't have to explain yourself. Under His wings, you don't have to prove you deserve rest. Under His wings, you are simply loved. Now, if you feel lonely tonight, let this image hold you. Not the image of emptiness, but the image of nearness. God is not far away from you, and Jesus, your refuge, your shelter, is not confused by your tears. He gathers you. If there's sadness in you, you do not need to push it away. You can let it rest under God's covering too. Jesus, cover the sad parts of me. Cover the tired parts of me. Cover the frightened parts of me. Cover the parts of me that feel too much. Now, notice how the psalm says, under His wings shalt thou trust. Trust is not something you squeeze out of yourself. Trust grows in safety. So tonight, you are not trying to produce trust. You are receiving safety, and trust is quietly rising. If you want, say one sentence, very gently. Lord, I trust you with this night. And if that feels too big, make it smaller. Lord, help me trust you. Now, let the phrase "under his wings" repeat slowly. Under his wings, under his wings, under his wings. And imagine every repetition is a soft exhale. Under his wings. Now, my dear friend, remember the next line. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Psalm 91:4, KJV. God's truth is not a weapon against you. It is not used to shame you. God's truth is a shield for you. It is God saying, I will not abandon you. I will not forget you. I will not let fear rule your heart forever. So tonight, let truth protect you. If the thought comes, I will always feel this anxious. You can answer with truth. This feeling is not my future. God is with me. If the thought comes, I am alone, you can answer with truth. God is near to me. If the thought comes, I'm not strong, you can answer with truth. God is my strength. And you can let the argument stop there. No more wrestling, just truth, like a shield. Now, let your legs relax, your calves, your ankles, your feet. Let the bed hold you. Let the wings cover you. In the daytime, we often carry ourselves like a fortress. We try to be strong. We try to hold it together. We try to protect our heart with effort. But the psalm does not say, be your own fortress. It says, He is my refuge and my fortress. Psalm 91:2, KJV. So tonight, you get to stop building walls out of worry. Tonight, you get to rest inside a stronger shelter. Imagine a fortress made of God's faithfulness. Not cold stone, but steady love. The doors are not locked because God is afraid. They are closed because you are safe inside. There is space to breathe here. There is space to stop performing. There is space to be human. If your mind begins to list everything you must do tomorrow, let the list float away like a paper boat on a quiet stream. Tomorrow will have its own grace. Tonight is for rest. Say softly in your heart, Jesus, be my refuge. Again, Jesus, be my refuge. And when your mind says, but I can't control what happens, you can answer gently, I don't need control to rest. I need a refuge, and the refuge is the Lord. Now, let your breathing deepen a little. In, peace. Out, tension. In, peace. Out, tension. If you feel a tight place in your chest, imagine the word refuge resting there, like a warm hand. Refuge. If you feel tightness in your throat, imagine the word fortress resting there, like a gentle promise. Fortress. Now, my dear friend, let's place a day into that refuge. Place your work there. Place your family concerns there. Place your health concerns there. Place your money worries there. Place your relationship questions there. Place your unanswered prayers there. And hear the quiet truth. God can hold what you cannot. God can carry what you cannot. God can keep watch while you sleep. Now, return to Psalm 91:1-2 again, as a soft anchor. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. And notice the words, I will say, that is not pressure. That is a gentle decision. So tonight you decide. I will say the Lord is my refuge, even if my feelings wobble, even if my thoughts race, even if my faith feels quiet. I will say it and rest. Now, let your forehead soften again. Let your eyelids become heavy. Let your shoulders drop. Let your hands open. Your body is learning. I am safe enough to sleep. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold, and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him, and show him my salvation. Let those words wash over you, like waves that do not crash, only roll in and roll out. Now, if your mind keeps returning to one worry, choose a single line from Psalm 91 as your anchor. Maybe, He is my refuge and my fortress, Psalm 91:2. Or, under His wings shalt thou trust, Psalm 91:4. Or, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, Psalm 91:5. Or, for He shall give His angels charge over thee, Psalm 91:11. Or, I will be with him in trouble, Psalm 91:15. Choose one, and let it repeat softly in your heart, not like a chant you force, but like a lullaby you receive. Now, we continue the gentle journey with the slow, repeating comfort that helps you drift. Picture a calm room. The light is soft, the air is still, and everything in this moment is allowed to slow down. You don't have to hurry anymore. In your imagination, let there be a gentle warmth above you, like a tender light, not too bright, not demanding, just steady and kind. This is the feeling of the shadow of the Almighty, not a dark shadow, but a sheltering shade, like standing under a strong tree on a hot day, like stepping under a roof when rain begins, like being wrapped in a blanket when the night is cold. God's presence is not heavy. God's presence is safe. As you breathe, let your mind notice the simple things: the weight of your blanket, the softness of your pillow, the quiet rhythm of your breathing, the way your chest rises and falls. And if you like, place one hand over your heart, just for a moment, as a gentle signal to your nervous system. I am here. I am safe. I am allowed to rest. Now, very softly, we begin to surrender the day. Jesus, I give you what happened today, the conversations, the unfinished tasks, the disappointments, the small worries, the big fears. I give you the parts of the day I understand, and the parts I don't. I give you the words I wish I had said, and the words I wish I had not said. I give you the weight I carried, and the weight I pretended I wasn't carrying. Lord, I cannot hold it all, so I place it into your hands, and as you release, listen again to the promise. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. Psalm 91:3, KJV. Sometimes the snare is not a trap in the forest. but a trap in the mind, a loop of anxious thoughts, a fear that keeps returning, a story that says you are not safe. But God is a deliverer. God untangles. God rescues gently. Now hear verse 4, slowly, like a lullaby. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Psalm 91:4, KJV. Under his wings. Imagine that. Not as something strange or distant, but as a picture of tenderness, like a mother bird gathering her little ones close, not scolding them for being small, but protecting them because they are small. This is God's heart toward you tonight, covering, sheltering, keeping, and His truth, His faithful word, becomes a shield. Not a sharp weapon, not something you must swing, but something that quietly surrounds you. Now, let your shoulders relax again. If your forehead is tense, let it soften. If your hands are clenched, let them open. If your legs feel restless, let them become heavy, heavier and heavier. You are allowed to be held. You are allowed to be protected. Tonight, we're not trying to create peace by force. We're receiving peace as a gift. And now, we begin our gentle journey through the night with Psalm 91 as our shelter. Tonight, if your mind feels heavy, let Psalm 23 hold you gently. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23:1. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Psalm 23:2. And when the night feels scary, remember this. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Psalm 23:4. Jesus, be my shepherd tonight. Calm my heart, quiet my thoughts, and give me rest. If you want the full 60-minute Psalm 23 for deep sleep, it's on my channel now. Good night, and God bless you.